Emily pondered over the perplexing situation that had unfolded with her husband, James, regarding the care of their newborn daughter, Lily. Each revelation seemed to deepen the mystery rather than resolve it. She felt a sense of urgency to untangle the web of confusion surrounding Sarah's involvement. With determination, she reached for her phone, ready to confront the source of the misunderstanding. Dialogue with James. What's the idea of leaving our newborn baby to my sister? Every day I got a call from my husband while he was at work. I couldn't help but be surprised at the anger in his usually mild-mannered husband's voice. I quickly clarified the situation to clear up the misunderstanding. Huh? Our daughter is sleeping at home, I said, trying to calm the tension. Huh? James's voice filled with surprise. One question led to another, and we both were left puzzled. I'll ask my sister-in-law for the truth. Introduction and background. My name is Emily. I've been married for 3 years to my husband, James, who is 1 year older. We were recently blessed with our first child, our daughter, Lily. Lily is so adorable, but I'm having a tough time as a first-time mom. Since my parents live far away, I didn't have the option of returning home for childbirth. So, since I was discharged from the hospital, I've been a one-woman show during the day. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that I've managed to get by, thanks to James, who is very attentive to Lily. Even when he's tired from work, he never complains, whether Lily is having trouble falling asleep or waking up crying in the middle of the night. I think the fact that James is such a mild-mannered person allows me to deal with Lily with hardly any stress. I was truly grateful for his presence, so I was taken aback by the sudden call from him, and especially by the anger in his voice. Dialogue continued. Emily, I just got a call from Mom. What the heck is going on? James's tone was accusatory. Huh? Your mom? What do you mean? I was confused. What's the idea behind leaving your newborn with Sarah every day? Mom has a bad back, and apparently Sarah has been taking care of everything all by herself. I couldn't keep up with the sudden introduction of my sister-in-law into the conversation. Sarah is taking care of a newborn? Why did your mom call you? Why do I need to consult with you? What do you mean, why? James's criticism continued. How can you just leave a baby who's only 3 weeks old? I'd be too worried to do that. Sarah has never taken care of a baby. I understand that you're exhausted after giving birth, but at least consult with me before you leave her with Sarah. His English cry made me realize that this was no ordinary situation. I was shocked at James's words. It was a story I had no memory of because my daughter was right in front of me right now. Clarification and decision. I had a lot of questions, but I felt it was more important to clear up the misunderstanding first. Huh? Our daughter's sleeping at home. She's right in front of me now. James's voice, which had been filled with surprise until a moment ago, raised in astonishment again. What do you mean? In fact, I explained, I was told it's best not to take newborns out too much, so I haven't been anywhere besides medical checkups. So I haven't even been to your family home, and I haven't seen Sarah since she came to visit us after the birth. Huh? Then whose baby is Sarah looking after? James's confusion mirrored my own. Resolution. One question just seemed to lead to another as we both scratched our heads. When the chime announcing the end of the lunch break rang over the phone, I made a decision. I'm going to reach out to Sarah. I want to understand why she might lie if she's mistaken and thinks she's taking care of Lily. That's a real problem. I'll call Mom too, I said. James paused before apologizing. Sorry for doubting you. I was just so worried about Lily. It's okay. You worry for Lily, right? Besides, when I told you she's right here, you didn't question it. You believed me. After ending the call, I immediately dialed my sister-in-law's number. Sarah, it's been a while. Do you have a minute? There's something I want to ask. Dialogue with Sarah. Sarah, what do you mean you're looking after Lily? I've never left Lily with anyone. Huh? Following Sarah's surprised voice, I could hear a baby crying. She is indeed caring for a baby. To clear up Sarah's misunderstanding, I started to explain the situation. Lily's right here with me, sleeping soundly. Unraveling deception. The unsettling truth unfolded in waves as Emily and James grappled with the bewildering situation surrounding Sarah's unexpected caretaking of a baby. Each revelation seemed to deepen the sense of betrayal and confusion, leaving them both reeling. Dialogue with Sarah. I don't understand what's going on, but how did you end up with a baby, Sarah? And why did you think the baby was Lily? I inquired, struggling to comprehend the situation. Last week, Dad just dropped a baby off with me. He said, "Emily seems to be having a tough time on her own, so you should help her with her baby." Sarah responded, her voice tinged with disbelief. I couldn't help but raise my voice at this astonishing revelation. Then Sarah drops another bombshell. "Yeah, I was so scared because I've never cared for a baby. I hadn't heard anything from you, Emily. And when I thought about calling you, Dad said, if you call Emily, she'll just get worked up. Don't you have any consideration for your sister-in-law? I also have a job to do, even when I'm home." Feeling frustrated and betrayed by my father-in-law Richard's manipulative actions, I decided it was time to confront him directly. "I get it. I'll need to talk with James, but we might come over tonight," I stated firmly before hanging up the phone. Discussion with James. "I emailed my husband about what I heard from his sister," I explained. "I think it's better to ask Dad directly," was his reply. On our way to my in-laws, James shared the conversation he had with his mother. Mom was pretty upset too to find out that the child she thought was her grandchild wasn't. That's a big shock, ain't it? I didn't think Lily's first meeting with everyone would be like this. It's complicated, I sighed, feeling a mixture of disappointment and frustration. Arrival at in-laws' house. Upon arrival, we were met with bewildered expressions from my mother-in-law Rachel and sister-in-law Patricia. Sarah opened her mouth to speak, but before she could, James intervened. "Emily, Dad said he was going to return the child we've been looking after, but he hasn't come back yet." Despite the tense atmosphere, I introduced Lily to my mother-in-law, hoping to lighten the mood. "This is our daughter, Lily," I said softly, holding her closer. Confrontation with father-in-law. As the tension mounted, our father-in-law returned, his expression shifting from confusion to panic upon seeing us. "I'm back. Wait, why are James and Emily here?" Unable to contain my anger any longer, I confronted him directly. "Dad, are you seriously saying that? Don't you think it's a bit too shoddy, even for you?" My husband and sister-in-law echoed my sentiments, demanding an explanation. "Emily has never babysat Lily. Why would you lie like that? There must be a reason for someone to babysit a stranger's newborn, right?" Feeling the weight of our accusations, our father-in-law stumbled over his words, attempting to deflect blame. But we stood united, refusing to let him off the hook for his deceitful actions. Amid the chaos, I couldn't help but hold Lily closer, feeling a surge of protectiveness as I vowed to shield her from any further harm. And as my husband and sister-in-law stood by my side, fists clenched in solidarity, I knew that together we would unravel the truth and ensure justice prevailed. Consequences of betrayal. The tension in the room was palpable as the weight of our father-in-law's deceit settled upon us like a heavy shroud. His feeble attempts to justify his actions fell on deaf ears, overshadowed by the betrayal that had shattered our trust. Confrontation unfolds. "I won't do it again. Do you have any idea how much this has set back my work?" Our father-in-law's feeble attempt to deflect blame only fueled our anger further. With each accusation hurled at him, he seemed to shrink before our eyes, unable to escape the consequences of his deception. While my husband, sister-in-law, and I glared at him demanding the truth, my mother-in-law's reaction was different. Pale and trembling, she uttered words that sent shockwaves through the room. "No way! You're not still involved with her." Father-in-law's confession. Amidst the chaos, our father-in-law finally confessed to the unthinkable truth. The child Sarah had been caring for was his. The revelation left us stunned, grappling with the enormity of his betrayal. My husband's disbelief was evident as he struggled to process his father's admission. Sarah and I stood speechless, unable to comprehend the magnitude of the deception that had been perpetrated. Mother-in-law's heartbreak. The silence was broken by my mother-in-law's trembling voice, her eyes brimming with tears. She revealed the painful truth of her husband's infidelity, a betrayal she had chosen to forgive once before. "He had an affair around the time you two were getting married. I thought Lily looked a bit like James. I thought she was my real grandchild." The outpouring of anger. With emotions running high, my husband unleashed his pent-up fury upon his father. The air crackled with tension as accusations flew, each word a dagger aimed at our father-in-law's shattered facade. Sarah's indignation was palpable as she confronted the man who had deceived her. "You had a child with your mistress and left it with me? How could you calmly do such a thing?" Even as our father-in-law attempted to brush off their anger with a careless chuckle, We refused to let him escape accountability. His attempts to downplay the severity of his actions only fueled our determination to hold him to account. The end of an era. As the truth unfolded, our father-in-law's facade crumbled, revealing the depths of his deceit. Despite his desperate pleas for forgiveness, we stood firm in our resolve to cut ties with him once and for all. With each scathing remark and defiant gesture, we made it clear that his presence was no longer welcome in our lives. And as he stumbled out into the night, a solitary figure cast adrift by his lies, we knew that this was the end of an era. Moving forward, in the aftermath of the confrontation, our family underwent a profound transformation. My husband, sister-in-law, and I forged stronger bonds with each other, and with my mother-in-law, united in our determination to rebuild our lives free from the shadow of betrayal. As we navigated the complexities of parenthood and family, we leaned on each other for support, determined to create a brighter future for ourselves and Lily. And though the road ahead may be fraught with challenges, we face it with courage and resilience, ready to embrace whatever the future may hold. Thank you for watching. How did you find the story? If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe for more content. Your support means a lot.